Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashua in Jacksonville, Florida. First, I'd like to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children. Kal Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha Rokak Rodash Mahamath. In the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth, double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect, double honors to the elders of GMS, double honors to my elder Ha'awam, salutation to the Akims who are on the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, this popped up on the phone. Danny Wigginton and Mike Adam issue urgent warning for the survival of the human race. I can only play a little bit of it because the rest, they get into certain topics that can, delete my YouTube. But this to show you the wickedness of the Edomites, of what they've been doing and what they are doing to this day, okay? The title of this lesson, The Gates of Hell Shall Not Prevail. Woo! Hey, that sounds good. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to today's interview on Brighteon.com. I'm Mike Adams, the founder of Brighteon, and today a fan favorite guest returns just in time for the Arctic blast that's about to strike the United States. Well, it has already begun. It's Dane Wigington from geoengineeringwatch.org. Welcome, Dane. It's great to have you back on.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your voice on so many fronts, and especially the climate engineering operations above our heads, which there is no place to hide from.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with every more extreme event, people are waking up to the fact that these are being manipulated, that the technology exists. It's in the U.S. Patent Office. You've documented it. That, weather modification, it used to be considered a fringe conspiracy theory. Now it's just everyday news about what's happening in Dubai, for example. So what do you think is happening with this big Arctic blast situation that's unfolding right now for North America?
Well, it's interesting they put labels on these engineered storms like that. The Arctic blast straight out of the record warm Gulf of Mexico. And they push this moisture, they manipulate it up the eastern seaboard, wrap it around a counterclockwise spinning low pressure zone, chemically nucleating it the entire way. And as you get further along in this process, you have the ice storm transition zone between the warm flow of Gulf of Mexico moisture and eventually what ends up being various forms of frozen material falling from the sky, chemically nucleated. And this frozen material, Mike, is falling at ever higher temperatures above freezing. It starts falling at far above freezing temperatures. Have you noticed that?
No. How is that possible?
Well, that's a good question. The Weather Channel is going to, climate engineering cover-up actors like those at the Weather Channel are going to great length to trying to explain this away. But now they're routinely showing snow starting at 38, 39 degrees, sometimes 40 degrees or above. We typically see this here in our part of California when they're nucleating over us, and they are right now as well. So as this process continues, if they continue the chemical ice nucleating cloud seeding operations, the surface temperatures do drop, sometimes precipitously, depending on how much of this they apply and how long they apply it for. But if any of your listeners are watching Weather Channel or other climate engineering cover-up agencies, they're seeing this now routine listing of snow beginning to fall at far above freezing temperatures. So again, they should question this. The laws of physics have not changed, but we know from chemical ice nucleating patents that they can nucleate ice at temperatures of 10, 12, 14 degrees above freezing. And this is a very elaborate science, if you will, chemical ice nucleation. And people think it's always a given. It happens at 32 degrees. I'd encourage them to think of their first aid kit, Mike, with a chemical cold pack in it. I know you know what those are, and you can sit on a shelf at room temperature for decades. When you mix those chemicals together, you have ice instantaneously. They're doing this on an unimaginably massive scale into cloud moisture right now.
Okay, so they can induce then all the hazards on the ground that come with extra ice and extra snow. But what about this cold blast? Now, We're told that this Arctic air that's entering North America at minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit is blasting down from the northwest all the way across the Midwest and the North Midwest, and it's even going to reach Texas and Louisiana apparently in a few days. And we're told that these temperatures will be, in some areas, a relative minus 58 degrees compared to the normal average for this time of year. And that's in, I think, Wyoming, and in Oregon, it's going to be like minus 30 or 35 compared to normal. Those are relative temperatures. But they tell us some kind of like high pressure, warm spot over the North Pole or something that's causing this. I don't know. It never seems to make any sense. What do you think is happening?
This is a complex scenario. As far as the cold air goes, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak. Yes, they're pushing cold air south, but cold air, a surface layer that they have helped to create by placing an ionosphere heater-induced high-pressure dome over the west and forcing much of the Pacific moisture clockwise up and around that dome. Then it ends up in Alaska and circulating again clockwise around that. They're chemically nucleating the whole way. They have created a pool of surface cold air in parts of BC and parts of central Canada. They're pushing that south, combining that with a warm flow of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, again, and that's circulating around a counterclockwise rotating low pressure zone where they're chemically nucleating it. And again, it's extremely obvious. If your listeners are watching Weather Channel, for example, they go to great length with many CGI diagrams to try to explain away why it's snowing on the surface at 40 degrees, and it's becoming ever more ridiculous as they try to cover the tracks of the climate engineers.
So, Dane, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is windy.com right now today. I just want to bring this up so you can comment on it. It's kind of what you're talking about, this warm...
Now, in this particular case, on this particular scenario, okay, what you're seeing there, and that's a great diagram to show, you don't have any organized moisture coming into the west. What you have is a very heavily nucleated drifting mass of moisture. You have it scattering. The frequency transmissions scatter that moisture over the widest possible area. That's part of solar radiation management, part of geoengineering. So what we end up with here in Northern California, Mike, is constant days of freezing, drizzle, drippy, no organized rain, no wind of anything to speak of here. And with the wind, it's either on or off. And in the heavily nucleated areas where they're sensationalizing these snowstorms, they definitely have the wind turned on. And they can do that by manipulating atmospheric pressure zones. So now what you see with these theaterized storms, Winter Storm Ember that just happened, Winter Storm Finn that's happening now, there is increasingly higher velocity surface straight line winds, which helps to augment the effectiveness of the endothermic reacting elements that are being seeded into the cloud moisture. So to simplify that, fire hosing moisture into the west and nucleating that to create a cool air pool on the surface. Same thing in Canada, combining those two with the flow of warm moisture from the record warm Gulf of Mexico, chemically nucleating that. And they're trying to create as many sensationalized headlines as they can. And this is important to understand, that as they're doing this to skew people's understanding of the true state of the climate, every single engineered cool down they create, Mike, comes at the cost of an even further damaged climate overall.
Okay. Let me just stop it there. But as you can see, that things are getting worse in the air, in the environment, and in the planet, and with the food, right? And people's health. But you know what else they have been also spraying, okay? You can imagine that they've been spraying other things that is not good for the environment or for the human, right? I want to go to Daniel, even though Daniel chapter 7, it's a deep lesson, but I'm not going into that lesson. I'm just using Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. But Daniel was given the vision, right, of the 4 beasts, okay, and how Yahweh Shai is going to come back and kick the last beast kingdom's ass, right, and remove their wicked kingdom from the face of the earth. I just wanted to say that, okay, and how the saints are going to overcome. I want to go chapter 7, verse 25. It goes like this. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Oops, I got to hit this. Luck you. And things to change time and laws, and they shall be given into his hands unto a time and a dividing of time. Okay? And verse 26, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Yeah. Okay? Everything that he is doing right now, right? Not only now, but what he has been doing that made him so confident, so cocky, so brave. Okay? At the end of all that he's doing, this is the last kingdom anyway. Okay? So he's going to fail. This is the last, this is really his last choice, his last chess move. Okay? He has nowhere else to really escape, right? He can't go into space because he cannot penetrate the Famaya from above, okay? He can only go so deep into the ocean too high, and he can only dig so deep to hide in his bunkers, okay? Verse 27. And, okay, wait. 20, and dominions to consume and take away, okay, the dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end, right? I mean, everything that the Edomites are doing to this beautiful earth that was created by Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai, that's how come Yahweh Shai has to come, because he's destroying everything, right? If it's allowed for him to go any further, he will kill the earth. But that's not going to happen. It's not allowed. Okay. Verse 27, and the kingdom of dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Woo! You see? So the Edomites are not happy, right? That everything that they have stolen, robbed, and raped and murdered for, right, is going to be taken away. Okay? They're not going to be able to keep it for forever and ever, right? I want to go to Luke. Give me a minute. I'll turn my pages here. Luke chapter 1, verse 33. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and his kingdom there shall be no end. Woo! Yahweh Shai is going to be forever on earth. No more wickedness, right, will be able to take over the earth again. Right? I mean, they have made a mess of everything from the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, when I'm saying, from the beginning that the devil spoke to Eve, right? And then, what was his name? Cain murdered Abel, right? Cain was cursed with being a fugitive and a vagabond to this day, right? That's the same spirit that the Edomites have, right? They go around the world, raping, robbing, and murdering, and try to hide their true identity, right? Calling themselves Caucasians, white when they're not white at all, right? Irish, English, German, Russian, right? I want to go to Ecclesiastic chapter 8. Give me a minute. I got to turn these pages. How fast I can do it, I don't know. Ecclesiastic chapter 8, verse 5. Gotta hit this. I gotta move this up here. Give me a minute, I'm moving something. There we go. Okay. Verse 5. Whoso keeps the commandments shall feel no evil thing, And a wise man's heart mind discerns both time and judgment. And boy, are we seeing the times go fast? And are we seeing the judgments increasing? Okay? There's no way that this bastard is going to escape the wrath that's going to come upon him, the Edomites. Okay? Verse 6. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. For he knows not that which shall be. For who can tell him when it shall be? Who? Well, the prophet of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. Verse 8. There is no man that has power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither has the power in the days of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness, I gotta hit that again, deliver those that are given to it. Yeah. 2/3 of our people are gonna run after, right, the Edomites, because they're gonna say, oh man, you have great power, and great wealth, right? But what they're not realizing, they're running after the power of wickedness and not going to the power of righteousness. Okay? That's what's going to be happening. I want to go to Psalm chapter 49. Give me a minute. Psalm chapter 49, verse what? 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. Woo! Ain't they doing that right now? Right? Talking high and mighty. Right? Every time you go to YouTube, right? YouTube's popped up and you can join and learn how to open up this YouTube business. You can make $1 million. Right? And people, our people are just signing up, right? Things are getting expensive. Rent is getting expensive, right? So the Edomites are guiding the multitude sheep into what? Into fake wealth and riches, right? A dream. Verse 7, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. But 2/3 of our people, right, are going to say to their brothers and sisters, hey, I can save you, man. Do what I did, right? Take the chip, right? You live good. You can do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. I want to go to, I already read, I want to go to Proverbs. Give me a minute. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people moan. Yeah, ain't we doing that right now around the world? Even the Edomites' own people are fed up, okay, of their own Edomite who are in power around the world. Okay? They are disgusted. Verse 4. The king by judgment establish the land, but, I gotta hit that again. But he that receives gift overthrows it. Yeah, bribe, right? Pursue someone to act in one's favor, typically illegally or dishonestly, right? By a gift of money or other inducement, right? Well, I guess we can throw that to what's that other word? Money laundering, allegedly, right? So you got corporations, right? Carl Schwab, George Soros, Billy the Gate, right? Throwing money to the government, which, they are Edomites anyway, right? To do them favors or else, okay? So it doesn't matter if you pick on Democrat or Republic, right? I mean, it would be wise of those people that like to vote if they don't, none of them at all vote. Just sit back and watch, right? And then come out in news, make a YouTube, right? Announce it, look, I didn't vote, right? To see who these Democrat and Republican are going to say, oh yeah, the 1/3 of people vote. Okay, who are they, right? Who are they? AI, that's who it is. Allegedly, let me say that, okay? I went to 4, right? Yeah. I want to go now to verse 12. I'm jumping around, okay, with the Spirit. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Woo! There you go, right? And let's remember that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, right? Job chapter 9, verse 24. All right? So, moving on. That was 12. I'm going to verse 14. The king that faithfully judge the poor, his throne shall be established forever. But these wicked bastards, they're not doing that. They're not judging unrighteously and in truth to the poor. Who's the poor? The so-called Negro, Latino, Americans, and speckled birds. Why we are poor? Because the wicked Edomites to this day are still standing in stolen land, still forcing their belief system upon us, right? And now they want to take the whole world, right? Hey, check it out. I today at work, a customer came up to me, a Jake woman, and she wanted some help on some prices, right? So I said, let me find out. I go and check out, and I come back to this spot that you are. When I came back, I didn't see her, so I went to the next, aisle, and then I went back to where I saw I would meet her. When I went, she was there. I said, oh, wow, I thought you were Rapture, threw that out there. And she comes out and said, well, I wish. Well, lo and behold, she's dressed like she just came from the gym or going to the gym, with those tights. So I said to her, you must work out. She goes, yeah, I'm getting ready for my military fitness. Oh, are you signing up? She goes, no, I've been in the military for a couple of years now. I said, wow. So what, you're in the military for a couple of years? You're doing your examination and all that? She goes, yeah. I don't know what made me ask her this question. I said, are you married? And she says, yeah. And I said, wow, your husband allows you to go into the military? She goes, excuse me? My husband has no say in what I'm going to do. I said, wow, that's interesting. You threw me off because when I said rapture and you said you wish, I took it that, you know the rules of authority, the pecking order between husband and wife. Boy, she got quiet quick. But we talked for a little bit, and she said, I asked her, so what you think about the World War III? She goes, we're already in it. World War III has to do with technology, okay? Which is, it's going on right now as we talk. So she's aware of that, okay? Just wanted to throw that out there. I want to go now. I did 14, I want to go to 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see therefore. Woo! We're going to see it. Okay? That's because we got hope and faith in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keeps the law, happy is he. Right? And we keep the law to the best of our ability, but it is impossible to keep the 613 laws in this wicked kingdom that is not our kingdom, it's our hell. So we do the best we can. So come, we're going to be saved not by the law, we're going to be saved by the Son, Yahweh Shai. Okay? But we practice the law to the best of our ability, right? Because of the fear, right? And humbleness. Want to go to second, give me a minute, 2 Timothy. See if I can do this. 2 Timothy. I'm turning the pages, so give me a minute here. I can only go so fast. I'm getting there. Uh-huh. Got it. Here we go. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Yeah. Isn't that happening right now? All hell is breaking loose. People are losing their apartment, their home, living in the streets. Right? People dropping dead or being in accidents. You know, the area where I live at, a guy was riding bike, and I guess he thought that a dumpster truck saw him, and he decided to just keep riding. Well, lo and behold, I guess the truck didn't see him because it ran him over. Not only it ran him over with the front tires, but also with the back ones. Okay? That happened only, what? That was last week, Thursday. Oops. Verse 2. Give me a minute. Yes, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, ungodly. Woo! That's going on right now. Right? Verse 3. Without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despise of those that are good. Yeah. It is growing. 2/3 of our people do not love the truth in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? That saying in scripture, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right? It's getting wicked as hell. Verse 4. Traitors, hardy, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Yahweh Shai. Wow. You know, if you don't love the Son, how can you love the Father, right? That is some wicked that it is increasing in this world. Verse 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, and from such turn away. Yeah, because they love the power of wickedness and not the power of righteousness. Okay, I want to go to Revelation chapter 13. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power, I gotta hit that again, was given him over all kindred and tongue and nation. Right? I mean, he is bombarding all of us around the world with his belief system, day and night. Why you think that the so-called Negro, Latino, American, and speckled birds that have been called to do the work in the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai around the world, we are day and night also bombarding him? Two can play that game, right? But it will come a time, okay, that they will turn off the internet or they will turn off everything, right? Because they want to bring all of us down to our knees, right? They want everyone to be in chaos, in pain, in fear and trembling, and hunger, right? To come to them. That's what they're going to do, okay? Yeah, 2/3 of our people will do that. That will happen, okay? But those who are called, those who are chosen, the 144,000 chosen elect, and 1/3, I pray and hope I'm one of them, right? The chosen, but not part of those wicked ones, the weak ones, right? That's how come we do the work in the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, to give us strength, to endure to the end. Let me go to Revelation 11, verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make a war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Yeah. You know, there's two bottomless pits that these bastards come from, okay? When you ask them, and sometimes they will tell you that they are Caucasian, and you Google, where's Caucasian from? It will tell you they're from the Caucasus Mountains of Petra, right? And then the other pit is from Europe, right? Where they're living at, where there is hardly any rich soil for them to grow food. That's the everything comes from outside. Okay? Well, they're coming after all of us and after the whole world now, right? I want to jump to verse 18, Slakia. Gotta hit that again. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou should give reward unto thy servant, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name. Right? But we have 2/3 of our people, they fear Santa Claus, that's the come they celebrate it. They fear Thanksgiving, that's the come they celebrate it. They fear Halloween, that's the come they celebrate it. They fear Valentine's, that's the come they celebrate it. They fear birthdays, that's the come they celebrate it. It sounds crazy to you when I say it like that, right? But since 2/3 of you don't want to look into it so you can see the amount of information in the internet about celebrating these things, okay? And since you don't want to fear the name of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, well, in the end of time, you will, okay? Small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. Woo! Ain't the Edomites are doing that right now? Destroying the earth. And the reason they're doing that because it's not theirs. That's how come they don't care about it. Right? They don't care about their own people. They sure don't care about us. Right? A snake is a snake. Remember that. Okay? I want to go to Revelation chapter 12, verse, let me see, 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and want to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of Yahweh and had the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Woo! Yeah. We are considered in the eyes of Yahweh Shai the woman. Okay? And the Edomites, right, that know who we are fed up. And they're going to come after us. They have to get rid of us. Right? But that's not going to stop. That's not going to change what Yahweh Shai is coming to do. Right? Or whatever the Edomites are allowed, right, to take away into FEMA camps, right, the so-called Negro Latino, Native American speckled birds, or to behead Yahweh Shai's people, Yahweh Shai is going to bring us back to life with the new spiritual body. Okay? So, it ain't going to change or stop anything. But hey, that's the only moves that they have. After that, it's game over. I want to go to 2 Thessalonians. Give me a minute. 2, which is here, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away. First, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, right? The destroyer. Well, ain't they showing their faces, right? We're just waiting patiently for the rest of them to show their faces that are still hiding, right? I mean, Carl Schwab was so nice to show his face. Billy the Gate, George Soros, Elon Musk, right? Zuckerberg. But there's more, right? Especially the ones that are over there in our land, right? That want to that are building or have already finished building the temple, right? And also Rome. Okay? It's getting there. It's getting there. Verse 4. Give me a minute. Oops, here we go again. Who oppose and exhort himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sits in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Woo! Wow. He wants to make sure the whole world sees him, and he wants to say those words, I am God. Right? Okay. We're waiting. Show yourself. Just remember, once that happens, lo and behold, the sky will crack open. Verse 5, remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Verse 6, and now you know what, now you know what would hold that he might be revealed in his time. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who knows letter will let until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Wow. Well, In case those who don't know what that's saying there, Yahweh Shai is going to come back in those so-called UFOs, right? The Bible calls them chariots or clouds. He's coming with a host of angels. Host means army, okay? And he's going to be zapping, disintegrating from his chariot the wicked ones, right? And people are going to see that. What you saw in the movies, right? We're going to see it in real life, okay? Not only the wicked of the Edomites, but as well 2/3 of our people are going to be sapped and disintegrated, okay? I mean, you're going to know, the whole world's going to know what fear really is and what power, righteous power really is. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the works of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Yeah. Since you didn't care about healing to the core when you pass by the camp, right? Or when you turn on your phone looking to YouTube and you saw YouTube of camps around the world giving lessons, right? You didn't repent, 2/3 of our people. Well, the angels are keeping a record of all of this, okay? Just like the Edomites who have drones with almost everyone's facial identity, right? DNA, right? And they can program any tiny drone to come at you wherever you are and just pop you in the head. Well, Yahweh Shai has all the records of those who gave him the finger. And he's going to sap them, right? You won't even see it coming. You won't be able to do that move that, what's his name, Tom Cruise, The Last Day, I think the name of the movie was, when they were zapping left and right? He was jumping left and right not to get hit. You won't be able to do that. No matter how much you work out, right? That ain't going to happen. Give me a minute. Where am I? I went to 10. I want to go 2 Corinthians. I just want to make sure. Oh, wait. Slakia. Did I read? Okay. I want to go to 2 Corinthians. Slakia, I had to look at something here. Where are you? Turning my pages here. Give me a minute. I can only go so fast. That will be chapter 2, verse 15. For we are unto Yahweh a sweet Savior of Yahweh Shai in them that are saved and in them that perish. Woo! Right? Savior, a taste. Right? We are called to go into highways and byways as a living sacrifice. Right? Now, some of our people will say, well, that's crazy, that's madness, that's suicidal, right? And, those who have been called, the so-called Negro Latino, Native American speckled birds who have been, who have been married or are married, the wife might say, hey, you're crazy. I mean, you're going to have to go and get some help. That is crazy. No, that's not crazy because a lot of our people joined the army. Right? And there's no guarantee they're going to be coming back. Right? And you don't call that crazy. If anything, you're clapping your hands. The only reason you say that it's crazy what we're doing is because we are still living with our wives that don't approve or don't like it. right? They prefer that you just go away so they can do what they like to do and be with other men. That's how come 2/3 of our people that join the army, their wives are happy because, yeah, go do your thing, I'll do mine, right? Just send me that check. Okay, moving on. I'm going to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6. Let no man deceive you, or woman, with vain words, for because of these things comes the wrath of Yahweh unto the children of disobedience. Woo, that's right. That's what you got to remember, right? So if you're married and your wife disapproves and gives you a hard time because you're doing the work of Yahweh because she wants you to get 2 and 3 and 4 jobs, you're going to have to say bye, 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 right? And no matter if you have children, okay? Because she can't save you, right? If she's not called or she does not respect you, that what you're doing is the most highest job in the whole wide world, hey, it's time to man up, okay? So when I say this, I say it because of the experience that I've been through, right? Just like many of my Akims and other Akims around the world went through it, okay? Because if you say you're going to join the army, they're going to say, oh, don't do it, I'm going to miss you. But hey, send me that check. Love you. Yeah. Let me move on. Verse 7. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. Yeah. Don't kid yourself, man. We don't live in this wicked kingdom forever, and we sure don't live in this sinful body forever. We were given life for one purpose only, okay? And that purpose was to do the work of Yahweh to those who are been called, okay? To do the work and to move on to greater things that are not of this world. I mean, this world's going to go bye-bye, okay? It's not going to live forever, no matter who they pick for president. Colossians chapter 2. Oh, I think I passed it? No, I was going the right way. What happened now? Oh, shucks. Oops, give me a minute. I think I missed my page here. Aha! Found it. Chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man or woman spoils you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rules of the world, and not after Yahweh Shah. Yeah. Okay, be careful. Be aware, right? So if you have a woman that, does not respect and receive that what you're doing is the most high value, you are value, you're really the high value man. Not the one that's making all the money of this wicked world, and that's all he wants to do, right? So you got to be aware of that if you're being called, right? And yes, some so-called Negro Latino Americans and speckled bird women are called also. Don't be deceived by the man who, does not respect what you're doing. Doesn't want you to do that. Okay? Alrighty, let me jump to verse 20. Where I find it. Wherefore, if ye be dead with Yahweh Shai, from the rulers of the world, why as though living in the world are yet subject to ordinance. Yeah, we respect the laws to the best of our ability in this wicked world, but we're not going to respect when they say, well, you have to, right? Take the MOTV, the charagma, the sea hip, the potato chip. No, we don't have to respect that which is wicked, that which is breaking the law of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. Right? They want to put something in everyone because they want to patent everyone's DNA. That's what they want to do. Right? They want to say, we own you now. You see? But 2/3 are going to, go for it because they love this wicked world. Right? So, to finish it, I want to go to Matthew. Sorry that took so long. Verse 16, I think I want to go to. Give me a minute. I got to check this. Give me a minute. I'm getting there. Chapter 16, verse 18. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Shall not. You see? It's a done deal. Right? Yahweh Shah and his people already won this game. Even 2/3 of our people, okay, to be honest with you, even though they're going to get burned to be cleansed, they come back in the new kingdom as babies. Okay? I'll leave it with verse 19. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whosoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whosoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. So it's all being controlled by Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. Always has been and always will be. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say Shalom.